Continuing from the previous episode 1805. What kind of monster is this? At this moment, the corners of Jizan's mouth, standing at the foot of the giant dark underworld, were dry and blank. He possesses some ancient power in his body, which is enough for him to walk sideways among the 6-star Do Xian with the initial strength of the 5-star Do Xian, but in the face of Mal, who has just devoured the immature devil fruit, a wave comes from the bottom of his heart, even his soul. The fear above filled my heart. This is a demon. Xiao Yan's eyes were extremely dignified at this time, staring at Marr, who was covered in dark green blood mist. He also felt a throbbing power. Is this the devil attribute that comes from the devil fruit? Compared with the fallen angels and the death gods in the underworld, it is really not much. But now there is a special space in the depths of my body. There is only a trace of the remnant of the soul here. Otherwise, this kind of thing is really something worth exploring. At this moment, in the Emperor Yan ring on Xiao Yan's finger, Tuo Shegu Di Ziying whispered softly. Wang Om! At the same time, the entire nest became trembling, and the devil-like Marr above the evil tree was terrifying. Bang bang bang! With a sound, the blood mist dissipated directly, and the bone pain all over Marr's body sounded violently. His skin color was changing, and in an instant, it turned into a rare monster dark green, even when the dark green skin filled his body. A dark green blood pattern, like a hideous demon, was completely carved on the entire body. Boom! Marr's mutation has not been completely completed, but the immortal soul sword cast by Soul Yan is to break free from the shackles of the evil tree and easily come to Marr's side. The extremely gloomy destructive power may be enough to destroy the demon baby. Totally screwed up here. Squeak! A strange scene appeared. Just when Marr's body changed strangely, the soul sword was gently pressed against by Marr's palm, and immediately above the corner of his mouth, a dark green tooth was exposed like a peerless beast. Appeared, looking extremely asterisk and hideous. This monster. At this moment, Soul Flame Soul Wuji glanced at each other, and he also sensed a real wave of death from the body of Marr, who was looking so weird now. It's not too late, let's go. Dare not to hesitate. The figures of the two exploded at the same time, and countless ghosts roared under their feet. For a time, the two even flew away from the nest space, trying to escape from here. Even though they lost a lot of Soul Hall powerhouses and fell short, but they are not willing to face Marr in the current state. This shows what? It shows that although the current Marr has not fully evolved into a demon, the power contained in it can easily obliterate the two of them. Squeaky! It seems that since swallowing the devil fruit, Marr has become a different person. Watching the two flee without any hesitation, the dark green evil hair above his head grows wildly, and in the blink of an eye, the entire nest the space was completely filled with dark green evil hair. The foreshadowing of the dark green evil hair makes this lair like a dark green evil world, and it is like a purgatory surrounded by demons. This lunatic! At this moment, Soul Yan looked at Marr behind him and cursed to himself. They brought a lot of Soul Hall powerhouses on this trip, and even lost a trace of faith for this. Now the huge price, they did not get the devil fruit, and even the lives of the two of them were in jeopardy. For a while growl. Squeaky! Demon Marr didn't seem to want to say anything more to the two. Between his teeth shaking, a trace of evil power eroding people's hearts, along the dark green evil hair, blasted away at the two soul flames. What should we do now? Jizan asked Xiao Yan, looking at the two souls who were like lost dogs. I'm afraid Marr has turned into a demon now. Although it's not the purest, his power is comparable to the late stage of the human 8-star fighting immortal. And there are 2 devil fruits in the evil cauldron, and he can't go now. At this moment, Xiao Yan said in a deep voice, it seems that this devil fruit has brought a great impact on Xiao Yan, but at the same time, the Fenju in Xiao Yan's body also burst out with a greedy aura. That kind of aura, like looking for a devil fruit, plus the aura above the nest, it seems that it will never escape at this time. We're going to die like this. Trust me. What is this? Just when Xiao Yan was at a loss, a faint golden holy light was as gentle and holy as the light of dawn in the sky at the top of the lair, slowly emerging from multiple directions at the top of the lair. They are intertwined with each other, surrounded by each other, and a little by little they build a magnificent pentagram on the top of the nest. The pentagram array is extremely sacred and majestic, and even when the dark green evil hair touches the array, it quickly fades away, as if it touched something with zero fear. What is that? At this moment, Gamma and the others said in amazement. From within the 5-rayed light array, they smelled a sacred and inviolable Xeon aura. Is it finally here? Xiao Yan frowned, looking at the golden lines contained in the 5-light formation and the majestic light that covered the sky. He quickly knew what it was. Is it finally here? Soul Promise. The two Soul Yan, who were planning to break the cauldron and sink the boat, laughed when they saw this. This is the antidote, given to me by the dark underworld, the humans and sea beasts controlled by the evil rain, please. Xiao Yan threw a jade bottle at Jizan, and immediately stood on the shoulder of the dark underworld, his eyes tightened, staring closely at the pentagram above the sky. Okay. Jizan took the antidote and went directly to the many humans below. Squeaky. At this moment the demon Marr stopped attacking the two souls, his dark green asterisk eyes narrowed slightly, staring at the pentagram. It seems that there is a life and death enemy. Come on, let me see what an angel is. At a certain moment, the demon Marr screamed in the sky, and the harsh voice turned into waves of ink-colored energy ripples, suddenly facing the 5-pointed star array flashing with countless gods. Blast away. Humble human beings dare to covet evil powers. Your dirty soul has already been contaminated with countless innocent lives. Even if your sinner comes to you, you are beyond redemption. Today, I will personally judge you by God. Suddenly, the 5-pointed star array radiated a lot of light, and suddenly countless evil light ripples were gently scattered, and in the 5-pointed star array, a high-pitched voice sounded like a***, generally resounding in the sky. After a while, the casual voice fell and the light dissipated, and in this dazzling pentagram, a sacred and inviolable figure quietly emerged. The delicate facial features are like the most outstanding masterpieces of the gods. A pair of bright eyes seems to be penetrating into all things. The pair of long white wings behind them are slightly instigated. The silhouette of the white armor on the body is as sacred as a dazzling scorching sun, inviolable. Angel, Holy Sea Angel, the angel who controls all judgments in the world. Messenger of God. Continuing from the previous episode 1806. Angel, Holy Sea Angel. It symbolizes the highest existence in the world of law enforcement that is generally aloof. There was a legend in the Daqin world that the angel family was an existence above the heavens and the earth. They were independent and dictatorial and were not bound by the world. They lived in the kingdom of angels. About the entrance to this realm, not many people in the whole Daqin world knew. The only thing that human beings know is that there is a force dedicated to serving angels in Daqin world. They believe in angels, spread the virtues of angels in Daqin world, and also do things for angels. If they contribute enough, there is still hope to ascend to the kingdom of angels and get blessed by an angel. There is little hope of eternal life. That power is the Holy Sea. The word, angel, symbolizes the highest-ranking arbiters in the world. Their status in the Holy See is second only to the red-clothed Archbishop and the Pope, and even in the Great Thousand World, they are not bound by any forces. Angel, I didn't expect that I would actually attract an angel to show up. At this moment, looking at the angel shining like a*** in the pentagram, the demon Marr said with a cracked smile, but there was no fear on his face. And even a trace of excitement, a crazy smile. I'm a roving angel who roams the world, eradicating evil and promoting good, Macau. The two-winged angel did not say anything. In a light-hearted way, the countless dark green demon powers in this lair were completely wiped out like moths to a flame. Disintegrated, turned into bursts of Sanskrit sounds and dissipated between heaven and earth. At this moment, the power of the gods is mighty, as solemn as the real gods are reading the judgment to the demon Marr. Angel. A long time ago, when I was a mere first-time criminal guard, I wanted to visit in person. At this moment, the demon Marr let out bursts of weird laughter. As early as when he was one of the weakest members of Sin, he had seen the angels. In order to obliterate the devil, he did not hesitate to completely obliterate some innocent lives, including Mal's family. From that time on, slaughtering angels became Mal's wildest wish. I am the messenger of God and follow the will of God. The devil appeared today. Wait, you can't escape the verdict. Macau didn't seem to be in a hurry at all. With a look of beauty, a ray of divine light was vented and shot at Marr, and the rest of the light was actually facing looking at the evil tripod above the evil tree, it can be seen that this guy seems to have some other thoughts about the devil fruit. Ha ha ha, the dignified Vatican angel actually came to my poor house. If you don't treat me warmly, wouldn't the world say that Sima is too cold-blooded for my 5th crime? Marr didn't say much, just waved, a dark green light beam, attacked and walked away. The fierce offensive contained on it is suffocating. Boom! The hot and holy light and the dark green evil light just collided, and suddenly brought a monstrous momentum in the air. Just like a curtain of light and the black world colliding head-on, the endless divine aura and evil power were vented from the wandering angel Makal and the demon Marr, and the entire space became violently shaking, and it would completely collapse at any time. These two guys are crazy. Do they want to destroy this place? Seeing that the battlefield in midair had already evolved into a battlefield of roving angels and demons, Sol Yan and Sol Wuji forcibly displayed the body protection Black Fog protection himself, but the Black Fog was easily resolved by the power of the angels. I am afraid that if this continues, the two of them will only have to fall. It seems that this so-called roving angel is also a bit selfish. At this moment, Xiao Yan stood on the shoulders of the dark underworld, and the dark underworld burst out with a black light to protect himself, ready to be dispatched by Xiao Yan. When Xiao Yan just entered the devil's lair, he sensed a trace of divine aura, but he didn't know it was an angel. Now that the capture of Marr has reached the last step, the angel has just appeared, and he just glanced at the evil cauldron from the corner of his eye. Xiao Yan couldn't help guessing about the remaining 2 devil fruits. You must get the devil fruit first. A crazy thought emerged in Xiao Yan's mind, and he quietly approached the evil cauldron with the help of the battle in the sky. Boom! The 2 8-star fighting immortal level powerhouses fought against each other, causing a huge wave in the entire nest for a while. Countless overcast winds blew through, and ripples of destructive energy also burst out from the 2 sides. 8-star fighting immortal level demon, it's just a low-level means of relying on some evil things. After a simple collision between the two, Makal returned to the sky above the pentagram to enjoy the holy light. Moisturizing, and the demon Marr also appeared on a branch of the evil tree. Squeak! At this moment, the dark green skin of demon Marr suddenly exuded an aura that was almost morbid. At that time, a dark green evil energy gently emerged around his body. Shengming, verdict! Looking at the little movement of the demon Marr, Makal sneered, and the pentagram all over his body suddenly shone with hot rays of light, and the white wings behind his back were gently stirred, and a pure white saint surrounded by countless angel wings. The sword, like a pillar of the sky, stands in the sky, and it traverses the entire nest space with ease. The power of the devil. Seeing that Makal used the power of the angel's judgment as soon as he came, the devil Marr did not hesitate. The dark green blood in the body boiled violently, like an erupting volcano erupting. Countless dark green evil energy, like the breath of a giant dragon, completely covering the entire nest space. Marr, stop doing unnecessary struggles. Otherwise, all the creatures in the devil's lair in the depths of today will not be able to escape. With the blessing of the holy sword behind him, Makal's high-pitched voice penetrated the entire lair. It's a pity that we can't slaughter the angels this time, but I believe that when we meet next time, someone will really slaughter you. Squeaky! At this moment, feeling the extremely hot holy sword above the sky, there was a hint of determination in the eyes of the demon Marr, and then the skin around his body turned into a splatter of blood just like the residual ice meets the raging fire. Master, I still failed. Looking at this scene, Gamma and the several sinners behind him looked complicated, looking at Marr who looked like now and shook his head. The evil person finally fell into the experiment of his own research, which is really ridiculous. But even so I will bring your soul and body back to the Holy See to accept the cruelest torture in the world. You heretics are unforgivable. Makal laughed when he saw the demon Marr. After the breath, the white and slender jade hand gently lifted up, volleyed a little, and suddenly the countless energy in the lair squirmed violently. The heaven and earth lost their voices, so that the pure white holy sword was forcibly pulled out by it, and the beautiful eyes locked on Marr. The divine power of judgment that can be learned from the world fills the entire void. No, you are all wrong. The devil experiment, it was successful. However, the devil fruit I swallowed is not mature, so I am not a qualified devil, so in order to be able to give birth to a devil with the purest bloodline, I am willing to dedicate my life. At this moment, the dark green color around the devil Marr the evil fog was nourished by Marr's blood, like a group of unforgivable demons, roaring wildly, laughing wildly, and suddenly roaring away at Mikal in a crazy gesture. Gamma, take the rest. You know how to do it. At the last moment, Marr's voice rushed towards Gamma, and the space immediately turned into a real hell. In the dark green evil fog's lair, a pure white holy sword filled with sacred aura traversed the entire space, and there were even some other auras here, but for a while, the entire space collapsed and shattered. Continuing from the previous episode 1807, the entire void of the Devil's Lair is completely wrapped in dark green evil mist, covering the sight of countless people, like a real devil's purgatory, but the sacred light of the pentagram at the top of the sky is converging, and the holy sword of judgment blessed by angel wings, with a downward attitude, slowly clearing these evil mists. Once the evil mists are all expelled, I am afraid it will be the end of the other guys. Wait, evil Ding, gone? At this moment, Xiao Yan sneaked up to the canopy of the evil tree, ready to take the evil cauldron and the 2 devil fruits inside it to fly away, but exclaimed, "It's too late." There. At this time, with the help of Marr and Mikal's battle, the dark underworld followed Xiao Yan. Hearing Xiao Yan's opening, his black eyes stared at a hole at the bottom of the nest. Originally, this space had been completely locked and blocked by Mikal, but after Marr finally gave up, a faint exit appeared in an inconspicuous area in the lair. Damn it. Xiao Yan looked up, but saw Gamma and Soul Flame and Soul Wuji directly sinking into the void, and even on Gamma's ugly palm, 2 agate red demons the fruit stood up slowly, and suddenly the light door of the passage was closed, and the nest was completely formed into a closed space. At this moment, Gamma disregarded the other sinners and left here with 2 devil fruits, and the 2 Soul Palace Hallmasters chased after them. As for the 2 devil fruits, one of them quietly entered the reel of maturity. Where is this? Is this hell? In the sky, Mikal's desperate battle with Marr continued with an overwhelming advantage, but victory was only a matter of time. At this time, a clean drizzle of rain fell under the lair, and immediately on the mountain of those who were left to be controlled. As many as tens of thousands of human beings were as small as ants, and they slowly woke up. Among these human beings, there were many noble and powerful people of the royal family. Since getting the antidote, Jizan also followed Marr's evil rain practice, based on his wood attributes, and spread the antidote instantly, and it was effective in a moment. At this moment, these human beings who have just woken up have weak limbs and extremely weak aura in their bodies, but looking at Mikal, who is in charge of the holy sword like a ** in the sky, and the evil dark green mist in this space, a fearful wave swept through the body. This beast! At this moment, Xiao Yan couldn't help but scolded secretly, because at this time Mikal didn't know that the 2 devil fruits had disappeared, and was still slowly consuming Marr's last strength, and looking at her attitude, it was obvious that she would not let go of everyone present. Brother Xiao Yan, what should we do now? After the comatose humans were rescued, Jizan also came to Xiao Yan and asked, but there were several gorgeously dressed men and old men behind him. I know it's not an ordinary person. The purpose of the patrolling angel is obviously not just to obliterate the devil. Now that the devil fruit is lost, I am afraid she will become angry. Everyone here, including you and me, will be completely here. Xiao Yan's pupils shrank tightly, unprecedentedly solemn. Brother Xiao Yan, I also know the seriousness of the matter, but among these comatose humans, there are many important officials who support Princess Lin Yunshu, and I hope my brother can help me, even if it is to take my life. As Zan said, he knelt down heavily on his knees, and a trace of blood and relief appeared in his pupils. When he mentioned Lin Yunshu, his expression softened. Is it worth it? Xiao Yan was shocked when he heard the words, and asked him softly, but his expression flickered with a hint of hesitation. Is it worth it? As if being asked by Xiao Yan's soul now, as if the only salvation for the demon from the abyss of ** was his last life-saving straw, which kept echoing in his mind for a long time. It's worth it. A firm voice represented Jizan's rock-solid choice, and his expression flashed with a rare dim light. Don't be afraid of life and death, but also add a chance for Yuren to win. Even if that would make you sink into ** without redemption, so what? It's a big deal to lose his own life, but when he thought that the princess who was like a little princess in the past was now in a twilight for the election, Jizan's fist couldn't help clenching tightly. Princess. Who are you? Looking at Jizan's demeanor in front of him, Xiaoyan seemed to know something and asked. Well, it's my crush. Jizan did not escape this time, and faced Xiaoyan directly. It's a man, just tell me directly. It's someone I like. What? I can't hear you louder. It's my wife. In this infinitely close death, the two chatted and laughed. You take care of these guys and leave the rest to me. But remember, we only have one chance. And you have to come back alive for me. I'm still waiting to drink your wedding wine. Xiaoyan said casually. After that, he took the dark underworld warrior and took a mountain-like pace towards the aloof Macau. Go. This time, it may be 9 deaths and 1 life, but as long as there is a chance of life, Xiaoyan will not give up. Thank you. At this moment, a touch of warmth flowed in Jizan's heart, and he often heard Qin Shen say that there is a fellow senior brother who deserves her admiration, and he must be the one in front of him. The greater the strength, the greater the responsibility. Step by step toward the angel, Xiaoyan said with a wry smile. Originally, he was only here to help the princess, but unexpectedly, he discovered such a huge conspiracy. This conspiracy, I am afraid, will risk his own life. Boom! Marr gave up his whole body's cultivation and deliberately turned it into a pool of blood, just to buy time for Gamma to escape, but also to take out the remaining 2 devil fruits because he knows that he is not a half-demon now, and there is no chance of winning against the wandering angel. Ended. Holy Inquisition, Forbidden Soul. As the dark green blood mist around his body became thinner and thinner, Macau made a light voice, like a death sentence pronounced by the asterisk of death. Boom! The high-pitched holy voice descended, as if the ancient servants were praising the great leader. At that time, countless white feathers around the holy sword trembled wildly, and the holy Mang prospered, directly facing the lair, the last of Marr's remains. The dark green blood group ruled and left. Hoo-hoo. I hope that 2 devil fruits can give birth to real demons. It's not in vain for me to work so hard. If you want to obliterate me without paying some price, how can you do it? Blast me. At this moment, the dark green blood mass of only a few meters forced by Shengming shrank violently like a heart, and then swelled suddenly. Finally, a harsh sound exploded directly in the nest. Come! Marr's self-exploding power in the semi-demon level state, and the holy sword of the holy judgment of the wandering angel. It is still unknown who wins and who loses. Continuing from the previous episode 1808. Boom! In the sky, the real death battle like 2 ancient gods of war has reached its final white-hot stage. Choke choke! The holy sword squirmed, and the countless white feathers around it were like sharp weapons like mountain peaks. The ear-piercing tremors shook the entire space, and at the same time it stung the hearts of everyone at the bottom of the nest. Boom! The mighty self-exploding fell energy, like a ripple of death energy, flew directly towards the holy sword. For a time, in the self-exploding energy of dark green fell energy, there was death, fear, and madness. To the extreme morbid, countless strange demon powers fill the entire space. This is the power and emotion that a demon should have. The brilliance of the firefly is also worthy of winning glory with Haoyue. Seeing that Marr relied on the power of the last blood and water, and based on his demon attributes, he completely abandoned himself and exploded, trying to destroy and kill himself with this attack. There was a hint of contempt. Crash! With a sound, the self-explosion produced an energy ball like a dark green evil cloud. When it touched the holy sword, it was easily torn by it, and the dark green energy quickly disappeared like a moth to a flame. One blow, just one blow, the self-exploding power of Marr under the half-demon, completely fell under the angel's holy sword of judgment. Next, it's time to harvest. After removing Marr, countless powers were swayed by his Merkle at will, and Marr's power and breath disappeared without a trace, completely perishing here. Immediately, the void here regained its brightness, and it was illuminated by the scorching bright holy light, and the entire nest was also filled with a touch of sacred aura. Where's She Ding? Where is the devil fruit? At this moment, Macau's beautiful eyes looked at the canopy of the evil tree, but the holy eyes were touched by the slightest, and an extreme anger surged like a volcanic eruption, appearing here in a lair. Regarding this demonic experiment, the traveling angel Makal has been tracking it for hundreds of years. This time, he is ready to go. One is to capture Marr, and the other is to collect devil fruits and bring them back to the Holy See, but there are 2 devil fruits in front of you. It just disappeared for no reason. No, it's the devil who did it. With a casual glance, he also found a small, inconspicuous space at the bottom of the lair. In conjunction with just now, Marr directly sacrificed his body and turned into blood, and even ended his own death by self-destruction. Life, all this is probably to buy time for its subordinates to escape, and the devil fruit is naturally taken out by its subordinates. You help Joe and fall under the brilliance of God together. The beautiful eyes showed a faint passage, and seemed to perceive the line of Gamma's escape. With endless radiance, she wants to destroy this place. Several powerful criminals looked pale and lost their voices. A dignified angel, the self-proclaimed messenger of God who maintains the order of the world, when will he kill innocent people so indiscriminately? At this moment, the bodies of Xiao Yan and the Dark Lord poured into Makal's sight. I don't need any intervention from you in my actions. This is the lair of demon experiments. You people have been contaminated by demons, and your souls have already become rotten. I'm doing this to redeem you. You should thank me with all your gratitude, instead of bargaining with me here like a beggar. Makal felt a little funny. The man in front of him was trying to redeem others like a savior. He didn't know, is he even incapable of protecting himself? A mere 5-star fighting immortal, even if there is a dark underworld warrior, in his eyes, he is like an ant, and he can crush it to death at will. It seems that the angels that people call, it's just like that. No wonder Marr is so jealous of you. At this moment, Xiao Yan didn't want to waste time with Makal. He also knew that the current devil's lair, Makal, would definitely be destroyed. Even if it sacrifices thousands, tens of thousands of innocent humans and sea beasts for this, so what? She is an angel and the maintainer of the order in the world. Even if her actions are inappropriate, who in the world would dare to judge and slander her? And as long as she uses the excuse of destroying evil and obliterating demons, no one in the world will question her. If you want to destroy this place, you have to step on my corpse first. Taking a deep breath, even with the protection of the dark power of the dark underworld, Xiao Yan smelled a wave that was infinitely close to death from the angel. Xiao Yan said dashingly after looking at the crowd that was bustling like a tide behind him. Boom! For a time, the dark men around Xiao Yan burst into a dazzling darkness, as if the most loyal servants were loyal to their companions. It is easy to cover the divine light as an angel. In an instant, the void in the lair, which was originally filled with angelic white light, was completely dispelled and covered by the soul of holy flame. The power of holy flame? Since you are courting death, then I will fulfill you. After you die, I will personally cut open your body and deprive you of the holy flame. Seeing the amber flame on Xiao Yan's body, Makal's expression finally became happy. Although the long-planned plan was completely crushed by Marr's self-destruction this time, being able to conquer a holy flame is enough to alleviate the loss this time. While speaking, the holy wings behind Makal were gently instigated, like a goddess who had fallen into the mortal world. Her body was pure white light feathers, inviolable and inviolable. On the footsteps, the white boots of the moon were in the void rippling with countless shimmering holy lights. The palm of his hand was gently raised, and he was casually facing Xiao Yan, as if the 9 gods were contemptuous. Hoo-hoo! Seeing this, Xiao Yan's tyrannical pressure made Shengen around him unconsciously protect him, took a deep breath, and looked at Makal with awe. Xiao Yan! At this moment, Jizan below suddenly spoke. His voice was extremely sharp, and even the countless humans who moved towards the only exit position suddenly raised their eyes, watching the battle between gods and mortals in the sky. He stood there, unable to return to his senses for a long time. It seems that without any thought, he can predict the next step. Xiao Yan's body standing on the dark underworld will be completely pierced and obliterated by the angel in an instant. You still have a long way to go. Now let me do this kind of scene. The countless holy breaths around the angel turned into a beam of light the size of an arm, blasting towards Xiao Yan with a sound like a sleeping giant. A dragon-like voice slowly came from the Emperor Yan ring on Xiao Yan's finger. Well, Master, please. Next time I meet her, I will get to know her with my own hands. Xiao Yan heard the words, his mind closed slightly, his soul indifferently faded into the soul realm, and his body control was also instantly released. Gotcha! In an instant, Xiaoyan's pupils became brilliant, and a majestic divine power that was like a supreme monarch, surpassing that of an angel, leaned out from his weak body like a torrential rain, and immediately raised his hand. The same is true with a casual blow. Countless cracks appeared on the holy beam of light that was enough to obliterate Xiaoyan, and in the blink of an eye, they turned into powder. At this moment, the battle situation has turned around. Continuing from the previous episode 1809, this, Xiaoyan, who was originally like an ant who could be crushed by him at will, now his eyes were loud and loud. Whether it was his breath or strength, he seemed to be reborn and looked down on himself. For a time, the arrogance on Macal's face a little bit of dissipated, replaced by a touch of surprise and puzzlement. Interesting. After a while, Macal quietly landed on the ground of the lair. The white angel wings behind him flapped lightly, and Xiaoyan looked at each other. However, at this time, Macal's tone was no longer as contemptuous and arrogant as before. It seemed that the breath that emerged from Xiaoyan's body made him truly express other emotions. This guy is so scary. At this moment, Jizan also let out a sigh of relief, and immediately without hesitation, he quickly took the seniors around him and other human beings for no reason, and went to the only exit. This exit could not be opened with their strength. The only chance Xiaoyan mentioned just now was that Xiaoyan would take action to open the opening, so they went there early and waited. Angel, it's really been a long time since I met. The amber flames all over Xiaoyan, with beautiful pupils faded away, like a man who was not normal, said quietly. I am a member of the Holy See, the traveling angel Macal who travels the world. You have colluded with evil people, and now you have an unidentified evil force in your body. I have the right to judge and obliterate you, including all the comrades in this lair. Hearing Xiaoyan's understated voice actually made Macal feel a chill in his heart, so his tone suddenly became strange and roared. Macal, she is a roving angel. She was originally a gifted human being in the Holy See. After being given some special blessing by the red-clothed archbishop in the Holy See, she acquired angel wings and became an angel, cruising the world to punish her. Evil promotes good. For angels, once they make any major contribution, they can be crowned in the kingdom of angels. And this honor is the devil fruit. After becoming a traveling angel, Macal found out that Marr was secretly conducting a demon experiment, so she deliberately tracked down the fifth sin Sima for decades. Now that the devil fruit experiment is successful, as long as she brings either the devil fruit or Marr back to the Holy See, then she will be crowned the kingdom of angels for this. Even if these innocent guys are obliterated, she cannot let others know her purpose. Anyway, as long as you get the devil fruit and step into the dream kingdom of angels, as for these insignificant humans who have been obliterated, it is their honor. The cornerstone of your own status, how can you not be grateful? Now that the devil fruit is lost, Macal is naturally anxious, but at this time, the power in Xiaoyan's body is like a sea of stars, making him uneasy, so he can only quickly solve Xiaoyan and track the devil fruit. As for the kind of power that appears in Xiaoyan now, I saw it when Macal became an angel. It is a power that only the longest members of the angel kingdom can possess. Like a real mansion, it can only make everyone look down. But in any case, that power is now only pinned on Xiaoyan in the form of his soul, and Macal will never allow things beyond his control. All heresy and power beyond the limit must be strangled in the cradle. Don't talk nonsense. If it weren't for the protection of a few old guys in your angel kingdom, the mere angel kingdom would have been completely occupied by us. Looking at Macal, who was constantly emerging and releasing his Holy Spirit in front of him, Xiaoyan, but he laughed. Bold villain, slandering many gods in the kingdom of angels, death penalty. At this moment, after listening to Xiaoyan's unhindered words, Macal finally became angry. The kingdom of angels is the supreme existence in the eyes of their angels. Once anyone slanders them, their nature, the power of angels that has already been integrated into the bone marrow, will riot uncontrollably and turn into a sharp blade, trying to obliterate the enemy. My strength is limited, I can only resist her blow, and the rest still needs you. Looking at Macal in an angry state in front of him, the soul of Emperor Tuosh, attached to Xiaoyan's body, faced Xiaoyan's body consciousness. Said a word, well, master, don't worry, I will definitely kill this guy with my own hands. However, master, where are you now? Xiao Yan, who was entrenched in his soul realm and was ready to take over control of his body, asked consciously. When you reach 8 stars, or the subtle realm before your soul power enters the realm of the gods, you will know. But don't worry, I, including the old immortals of your Xiao clan, are still alive. Tuosh Gudi's gentle voice it was transmitted to Xiao Yan's soul realm, but Xiao Yan's soul body was suddenly shocked. It seemed that there was a monstrous anger beneath this gentle voice. Angel, wing, in the name of my parade angel Makal, pray for the wings of the angel to slay all evil. At this moment, Makal suddenly transformed into a milky white armor, completely wrapping his entire body, like a real Valkyrie as mighty as a goddess. Then Makal's expression suddenly changed. From the initial fear to the current relief, it seems that after this special ray of light, the survival of this space is only a matter of thought. In an instant, the high-pitched voice just fell, and Makal's pure white lips wriggled slightly, and each wriggling echoed the heaven and earth with bursts of Sanskrit, like a divine light that purifies the world, and countless milky white incantations emerged from his lips for a while, as if one after another, ancient and holy words surrounded his body, and even a pair of exquisite wings on his back slowly stretched, flapped, and each beat, each incitement, would bring up white dust all over the sky. In that white dust contains a power that defies heaven and earth. A mere wandering angel, even with only 2 wings, can burst out such a terrifying attack. What a genius! Boy, give me a good look. The ancient Emperor Tuosh, who controlled Xiao Yan's body, first exclaimed, and then burst into the void. Wang buzzing, the voice just fell, and the dark sage seemed to be instructed by Xiao Yan, and quickly retreated towards the exit guarded by Jizan and others. Seeing this, it was obvious that he was going to help them. On the other hand, Xiao Yan, on the palm of the hand, the ancient ruler of the eternal fire quietly appeared. At this time, the ancient ruler of Yuo Heng, because the ancient Emperor Tuosh controlled Xiao Yan's body, the breath infiltrated, and the spirit shook violently, as if welcoming the return of his true master. Although you have been seriously injured since the first battle between heaven and earth, but now you can also burst into 1/10,000th of the light of the past, and this is enough. At this moment, a sound of thunder that shattered the 9 heavens, Yan, sounded in his mouth, and immediately, regardless of the brewing of Makal's angel's wings, he suddenly grasped the ancient ruler of eternal fire, and his gorgeous eyes filled with countless flames threw it at the ancient ruler of eternal fire, and for a while, a brilliant double shot. There was a gleam in his eyes. The light just poured out and descended on the ancient ruler of Yuo Heng, and the dark body of the ancient ruler of Yuo Heng disappeared in an instant. A total of 11 flame patterns of different colors completely covered it, and in the center of its ruler, the brilliance of the holy pattern is also bursting out. Boom! A strong aura that surpassed the heavens and the earth quietly emerged. A crooked way can actually make ordinary weapons temporarily possess the power of divine weapons. Angel wings, kill all evils. Seeing Xiao Yan's strange behavior, Makal sneered, and countless ancient texts all over his body were directly suspended on the wings behind his back. The wings instantly swelled and turned into 2 angel wings. The beam of light ran directly towards Xiao Yan, that kind of breath, that kind of destructive power, like a palace of death specially used to seal and kill demons. Exterminate. Shen Hengchi, punishment. Looking at the 2 angel wings projected like A** to test the real death sentence, Xiao Yan smiled indifferently, raised the transformed heavy ruler with one hand, and took it lightly. Swipe lightly. Boom! At that time, one was blessed by the radiance of the holy pattern, and it was vented out like a flood of beasts with up to 11 flame patterns of different colors. Boom! For a time, the entire layer was completely shattered, and countless space vortices emerged, swallowing them like evil spirits. At this moment, the sky and the earth turned pale, the energy of the heaven and the earth suddenly quieted down, and the attack of the 2 reached the peak, like the contest between the 2 gods. It was heart-pounding,